The bass should be in a comfortable position hands off. In this case I have moved the button securing the strap so that it sits at about 45 degrees. With your thumb at the back of the neck and your fingers straight across the neck, the wrist should be straight in order to maintain a good blood supply, otherwise you may get cramp after half an hour. This is a tenor guitar, tuned an octave lower than an ordinary guitar. The bottom 4 strings are tuned to that of a 4-string bass, and with the addition of a couple of top strings we can play guitar chords, so we can discuss both instruments together. I identify each fret position by the note on the top and the bottom string, or in the case of the 4-string bass, the bottom string. So we have the F fret, G, A, B, C, D and E. I find the other notes in terms of the interval away from those particular notes. The bass is tuned according to the cycle of fourths. So open string we have E, A, D and G. I use this interval to identify the notes mainly on the next string. So here we have G and C, A and D, B, E, C, F, D, G, E and A. On the guitar we have G and D, A and E, B and G flat, G, C and G, D and A, E and B. The next important interval that I use for navigating around the fretboard is the fifth, the interval of the fifth. So putting the middle finger again on G, going up 1 string and 2 frets with the little finger, we now have the fifth. G to D, A to E, B to G flat, C to G, D to A and E to B. The next most important interval to navigate round the fretboard is the octave interval. So placing our middle finger on the root and going up 2 strings and up 2 frets with that little finger, you find the octave. Continuing up the fretboard we have A, B, C, D, E. On the guitar we would put our first finger, or a bar, onto the G fret, go down 3 strings and up 2 frets. You'll see that we have been placing the middle finger on root on the bottom string, in this case G, and we've placed the little finger on the octave and also on the fifth. But note that the remaining fingers naturally want to use frets a semitone lower. Coming down to the first finger we have the third. If we move the first finger up 1 string, we come to the 6th. So we can similarly go. So putting this together again we have this is a good exercise in order to stretch the tendons and help get the reach. Again, with the middle finger on G and the little finger going to D, it could easily well go to A. This enables us to do a rundown from D The next run to learn is the run up, in this case from G to C. If we repeat the run up from D, we get a major scale. We've seen how we can make a major scale from two run-ups. But this involves a change in position. We can do it on one position, like this. Each time we start with the middle finger on the root. So for instance in A, E, D, or D. In each case, the pattern is the same. And just to complete the picture, we have a simple minor scale. The next most important interval to learn is the flattened seventh. From G, this is found 2 strings up on F. Adding it to the arpeggio, we get this sort of thing. We can add these elements together now to produce a simple blues groove, something like this. The pentatonic scale is formed from the major scale by removing notes 4 and 7. So for the pentatonic scale in C, we place a little finger on the root, on the bottom string, on C. And this is what we get. It's more common to play the same notes in the form of the relative minor, which in this case would be A minor, in which case the notes sound like this. In blues, it would come out sounding something like this.